Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Openly Expressive. I'm your host, Naisha. So let's get into it. I think today's episode will be speaking of when is it time to walk away? When is it time to throw up the deuces, give up the peace sign, say adios? When is it time? I think in any situation that you are in, it's time to walk away from when it no longer serves as a benefit in your life. Like, okay, for instance, if you're in a relationship and there's no type of benefit, there's no type of mental stimulation, there's no type of emotional attachment, because if you had an emotional attachment at one point or another in the relationship and it just seems to, vanish, or either rapidly or over time. And no matter what you try to do in that relationship or how you try to beat that person to the ground, not literally speaking, but how you try to beat them into the ground or beat some sense into their head or try to make them see that you are the one or you are a good catch or, basically pick me sign. And whatever you do is just going completely unnoticed. Your efforts into the relationship of what you pour into it to make it a successful relationship or better than it was, those efforts are not being matched. We stay in situations a lot of the times because that's all we know. Back to that famous word, toxicity. That's all that we know a lot of the times because that's what we grew up in. That's what we saw as children. That's what we saw our mom go through. Now, if it's a single parent household, you saw your mom crying, sometimes being lonely because she has to deal with the kids by herself and, just the mental anguish of it all, of being a single parent. And, that hits hard sometimes, a lot of the times in life, when you have to bear, all of the burden of the responsibilities on your own. So it's just like, a two-parent household will always be better if it is a healthy one. And a lot of the times we stay in toxic relationships because we figure, let's do it for the children. Or even if there's no children involved, let's do it because we've invested so much time into one another, or not even into one another, because a lot of the times it's one party that's investing time into the other person. The other person on the end of the relationship, they're doing their own thing to the point where you feel like you don't even matter in a relationship. You feel like you're dating yourself. Or you feel like sometimes you don't even get dates. Sometimes you just get laid and sprayed, honey. Okay? That's another sign when it's time to walk away. You're not being valued and cherished in that relationship because either in their mind you are not worthy of, reaping the benefits of what a person who they are truly in love would receive from them. Time, dedication, honesty, loyalty, respect. And then sometimes it's not even, a lot of times we beat ourselves up saying, damn, is it me? What is wrong with me physically or mentally? What is wrong with me that is not making this person be 100% with me? 100% with giving me their time, their effort, their love, their energy. What is it about me that's making this person not give me their all? When in actuality, it's not you at all. It's them. We all are fighting battles within. And a lot of the times, oftentimes, we don't recognize what the battles are. So we're continuously fighting ourselves. And sometimes, to mask that pain or that battle within, you lash out on others because, if you're not pointing the finger at yourself, you're going to point it at someone else and you're going to focus on their shortcomings or whatever you feel is a shortcoming because you're trying to mask your bullshit. So you focus on their quote unquote inadequacy to fulfill your need, so-called, without addressing your needs. You need attention. You need an ego boost. You need someone to stroke your ego. You need reassurance in yourself. You are insecure. You are toxic. You are hurt. You are mentally ill. You are all of these things that you need to cater to, but yet you are too blind or too stubborn to give a damn to seek that help. So therefore, after you are, healed, and I don't even think that we can be 100% healed, because you break a glass, you glue it back together. After you glue the glass back together, you're still going to see the cracks in it. So I think once something is damaged, it's damaged. It's damaged. Not saying that it has to remain, in a state of not being able to work anymore. Because I guess if you glue it back together, you can still use that item. But you'll still ultimately see the cracks. We all have cracks that need to be filled. And a lot of the times we don't think that we do. We don't think that we are broken. Because maybe we look presentable on the outside. Or maybe we're buying the jewelry and the cars, the flashy clothes, going on the trips, getting multiple relationships in your bed. So you think that you are the man or the woman, quote unquote. You think that everything is okay because on the outside, everything seemingly is probably okay. Appearance-wise, everything is probably okay. But are you dissecting what's going on inside? Internally, are you actually taking a look? Are you taking that magnifying glass that you need to investigate what's going on the inside of you? Are you dissecting that, and are you realizing that you're fucked up? A lot of us are fucked up in this world, okay? And like I said before, it stems from what went on in our childhood. But when is enough enough? When is it okay to say, you know what? Shit happened to me as a child. I am a grown-ass man or I am a grown-ass woman, and it's time for me to get my shit all the way together. How old do we have to be in life to realize, damn, I fucked up. And I've continuously fucked up. And if I don't get help, I am going to always fuck up. When are we going to realize that? Many people walk around here as though they are unscathed, and that's bullshit. I think from the time you are born, especially if you are born in a toxic relationship, you are tainted from day one, because you are hearing your parents, even in your mother's womb, you're hearing your parents go through the distress of it all, the battles. Because let's be for real, you put headphones on a baby, whether in your womb or whatever, the baby can hear that. I remember when my firstborn, was in my womb, and I used to always play this song by Jodeci. And so when she was born, a few months into her being born already, I played this song just because that was one of my favorite songs, and her eyes lit up. And I'm like, damn, she really heard that while I was playing it for her in my womb. So why do you think that when you're going through the toxic battles in a relationship while you're pregnant, the baby isn't hearing that? It's not absorbing that negativity. It starts from the womb. It starts from the womb. And people don't realize from childhood until adultism, you are going through so much shit in between those many years. You don't think that you need to focus and address those fucked up situations? The bad outcomes of life, you don't think that should be fully addressed? Okay, some people get therapy. Some people are made to get therapy because they're appointed a therapist, because they're going through some tumultuous bullshit in their life and they had to get a therapist. Shit, I got locked up for assaulting someone, because my anger got the best of me for being in a fucked up marriage. And I did some crazy shit to someone who, they of course provoked my action, but it was extreme. Only because internally I was going through some shit in my marriage and I became a very angry person. Normally I am so happy-go-lucky. I love to laugh and, make people laugh. I'm the freaking comedian. As I said before, I was labeled the class clown. That's me. That's always going to be me. And something hit home for me one time. I was, I think in my 20s, and I tried to rekindle something with someone from freaking junior high school. Of course, that's not going to work. We are totally different individuals now than we were in the 8th grade. Let's be for real. Life has really hit us after we graduated and real shit started to happen. Okay? So what you met me as years ago, honey, I am not the same, and vice versa. So he was talking to me, and, I'm a very animated individual. So when I speak, I might sound sarcastic sometimes. And a lot of people tell me, even when I'm being genuine, they're telling me, are you serious? Are you trying to be funny, or are you are you being genuine? Yes, I just deliver things and it comes off in a sarcastic manner. And I think oftentimes I do that because I am not comfortable with expressing myself, because I feel like I've expressed myself so much emotional wise to people, men mainly, as far as how I feel about them, how I love them and things, and how I want things to progress and work out. And of course, ultimately, I knew it wasn't. So I am very uncomfortable with expressing my feelings. Now, I will, however, express the hell out of my feelings when it's a feeling of displeasure. Okay? Displeasurement, if that's the word. I am very good with that. But a lot of the times before that, I was with my oldest daughter's father, I was very meek and mild. So it's kind of, for people to know me now, I was not argumentative. I was not confrontational. I would not confront you. I would brush things under the rug. I would let you walk all over me. I was bullied in school for the first 6 years of school, and once when I got into junior high school, me and my friend, one of my good friends, we made a pact. We're like, listen, when we get to junior high school, fuck all of that shit that we was going through in elementary school. We about to be those girls. We ran the school. When I was in high school, I ran the school because I had to build up a hard exterior from being hurt so many years, whether it's from a relationship or childhood or whatever, adolescent years or whatever it was. And, I have to build up an exterior. And I said this in another episode before. I'm a light complected female. I am fair skinned. So growing up in the quote unquote hood where I grew up in, Brooklyn, New York, I was like the lightest, brightest person in my whole neighborhood, besides like one Spanish girl. And it was so crazy because I just wanted friends. I gravitated towards the wrong crowd just because I just wanted friends, because a lot of people on site, they didn't like me because of the whole colorism bullshit. Oh, in their minds, I guess they think I'm privileged and this and that. So, come on, I'm still black at the end of the day. Yeah, I am Native American and part Dutch, but let's be for real. Compared to a white person, keep it funky, I'm still black. So, it's just like, I've dealt with a lot of shit in my life. So, mentally, I know I'm fucked. But I'm also willing to address my fuckism, okay? I do make up words, guys, so bear with me. Enjoy the ride. Come along. But I embrace my bad habits. I embrace my faults and flaws, and I also try to work on them. But many people in this world, they, like as I said, they brush it under the rug and pretend that there's nothing wrong with them. They're unscathed when you're not. And I just wish that everyone in this entire world would seek therapy before they get into a relationship, because hurt people, and we don't need any more hurt people. Like, how many times, if you were hurting in your life, why the hell would you inflict that on someone else? You didn't like the pain that someone caused you in your life, but yet you are so quick to do it because that's the pattern of what you saw or what you felt in your life. And it's okay for you to dish it out because I guess you're masking whatever the fuck you're going through by you putting all the bullshit on someone else. But damn, when it hurt you, did it feel good? No, hell no, because it hurt. So why don't people, before they hurt people, think about, you know what, when this was done to me, I didn't like the way it felt. So why the hell would I do it to someone else? Especially someone who cares about me, who give fucks, who shows concern, who cares about my well-being, who will pray that I am okay, and who will pray that my family is okay as well. Why are those people who are in your life not cherished? Why are they not held to a high standard and you meet, or they have high standards and you meet their standards? Why is any of that unmatched? I don't understand why good people get screwed over all the fucking time. Well, you know what? I'm not even going to say all the time, because I wish for my life to be, I wish for a happily ever after. And that's in all aspects of that phrase. I wish for my life to have a happily ever after. That's with my children, with my finances. That's with a relationship, a husband. Listen, I am a gal who is a relationship type of gal. I don't like the feeling of being single, but sometimes I must force myself to be single because you know what? I think a lot of the times when you are in crazy situations that you know damn well you are not supposed to be in, I think that God gives you that kick in the butt, and things that happen in a relationship can beat you down. It can beat you down. You're in that fetal position, crying your eyes out until you feel numb to the point where you feel like you don't even have emotions to shit anymore. Excuse my French, but hey, where you don't even have emotions to certain things anymore, where you just continuously get beat up, and it's just like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm used to this. I'm accustomed to this behavior. And we are so screwed that a lot of the time, the toxic things that we involve ourselves in, also people, it's the norm for us. Why is it normal for a relationship to feel like it's going nowhere? Why is it normal for being in a relationship you are being disrespected, whether physically or verbally? Why is that normalized? Why are we not normalizing walking the hell away when you are violated the first time? Because that's all we know. And I'm not going to say I'm innocent in situations. I am very much a guilty party and partaking in the negative actions in a relationship. I used to love revenge, okay? I would serve it to you cold, honey, on a platter. But, that's like somebody cheat, you cheat back. But why? Just leave. Why? Why do you have to stay in a relationship, or why do we feel that we should stay in a relationship with someone who is not going to value your body, value your character, just value you as a whole individual and what you bring to the table? Shit, I am the table. I am the table. I have my own businesses. I just started a podcast in March, and I already am a paid podcaster. Within that week, I got offered to be a paid podcaster. I'm getting offers left and right. I just got granted access to be an interviewer for a podcast, for my podcast, and have guests on my show and get paid for the interviews. And this is all new to me, okay? I also got another offer for my podcast, and I just started this on a whim in reference to wanting to, I guess, voice myself to the people and get things off my chest, because honestly, I was trying to get me another therapist since I moved from the Bronx back to Brooklyn. And since the pandemic, everything was filled. No one was willing to take on new patients. So I'm like, damn, I need to release some of my inner thoughts and some of my fuckery that's going on in my mind, and in turn, it's playing with my health. And that's another thing. We get into relationships with people who are toxic and hasn't received that help that I said we all need to seek. Truly seek the help, not the court-appointed ones. Oh, so back to when I said I was appointed a therapist because I assaulted someone in school and got locked up. Well, that's a long story. That's a story time. But, the point of that being was I was appointed not a therapist, anger management. Because as I said, in the marriage and all the other relationships prior to me getting married, it built character. It built character, and it was a screwy character. It wasn't the character that I came into a relationship in the beginning with. It was because that was the meek and mild version. When I started getting into relationships, like with my daughter's father, I didn't understand arguing. I didn't understand the back and forth. I didn't understand the disrespect, the cheating. I didn't understand any of those things, so I would allow it. And then I got conditioned to those type of situations. But before, when I was with him, I allowed it because it was foreign to me. And I just accepted it because, of course, I'm a little girl in my mind getting into a relationship, just seeking love of her father. And, of course, I, clung to the arms of the wrong men because that's that daddy issue shit. That's what a lot of us females do. We go through relationship and relationship because we are longing for love. That's all we want. I mean, at the end of the day, isn't that what we all want? But a lot of the people fight the feeling of love. They don't know what it's like to be loved properly. So when you give it to them properly, I'm not saying perfectly, but when you give it to them the proper way, or you even teach them how to love you, they're fighting you tooth and nail because it is foreign to them. It is uncomfortable to them for you to give love and for them to receive it. It's speaking another language to them. Their language is not love. And then when your language is love and theirs is not, you're going to clash every single time. Stop trying to make it work with an individual who receives love, who doesn't receive love because it's foreign to them. Sorry, guys. I'm in my car and I beat my horn. But yeah, stop trying to force someone to love you the correct way. That's when you need to learn to walk away. Because guess what? How dare we expect someone to love us when obviously we don't fully love ourselves? Because if we did, we would not put up with the tainted shit that someone is dishing you in a relationship. You can't possibly love yourself. And I'll be one to admit I don't love myself fully. I can't. It's impossible. The shit that I put up with from people, men mainly, it's impossible for me to sit here and be a phony and say I fully love myself. No. I love my character. I love my swag. I love the way I dress. I love how I could beat the hell out of a hairstyle. Very talented. I love how I can rap. I can sing. I can dance. I write poetry. I write books. Like, I am very savvy in all aspects of traits and other things. But, I love my characteristics. But the whole being of me, it's impossible that I love myself fully. It's impossible. And that's a lot of times people need to realize that you are not loving yourself completely. And then we often try to mask it with this persona. I love myself. I'm this, I'm that. No, you don't. You don't. Your actions that you are, spewing, you're spewing out these actions of negativity. You don't love yourself, and you're also taking these said actions from others. You cannot love yourself if you are willing to let someone hurt you. You cannot love yourself if you're willing to let them hurt you and you are accepting it because you're hurting yourself. You're staying in a fucked up relationship. What does that mean? You are only hurting yourself. You're getting STDs from motherfuckers. You're getting unwanted pregnancies from motherfuckers. You getting disrespect. You getting your body violated because they're laying hands on you. Whatever the toxicity of that relationship is, you're staying in it. You are not loving yourself. I wish there was a class. We get all of these, courses and classes and studies in school. We don't get the basics of life. Why are there not classes? Because, a lot of parents are not able. Your first teachings of everything in life is from home. Now, if your parents are going through toxicity, because it seems like we are all, we're all bred in toxicity for whatever reason. I don't know. We are all broken, jaded, and hurt. All of us. It's very rare that you find an individual that's well put together. I haven't met one yet. I haven't met one yet. Okay, you might look at them walking down the street and they have everything on the outside going on. They're presentable, they're clean cut, smelling good, jewelry, just everything is intact visually. But let them peel back the layers of their shit. Man, it's a lot of shit going on in there. All the baggage and everything going on in their life. And they just don't care. They don't care how they treat individuals. Because that's like the bully in school. The bully is going through something at home. But what does the bully do? The bully goes to school and then he bullies someone. And for that time being, he's being gratified with his actions. He's feeling important because now he controlled the likes of others. He mind fucked someone, or he broke someone down, and that's building him up. As he's breaking people down, he's picking up those pieces of how he broke that person down, and he's rebuilding him. That's what bullies do. You don't have to be a bully just to be in school. You don't have to be in school just to be a bully. You can be in a relationship and be a bully. By the way you are, controlling a person's emotions and making them feel like shit. You're manipulating them. You're mind screwing them. You put on that narcissistic hat. You're toying with their emotions back and forth. You're pretending that you're loving them. You're pretending that you care. How do you care if every time their needs are being expressed, they're going unnoticed? You're breaking them down physically and mentally. How are you caring for them? Because when you get a wound, and what do? We heal it. We care for it. We put the alcohol, the peroxide, the Neosporin, all the brands that we need to put on our wound in order to heal it. That's because we care to heal it. So if I'm expressing to you that you are creating a wound inside of me, mentally and emotionally, if I'm telling you that you are creating a wound and you are not willing to cater to that wound, you are not willing to put the bandage on that wound after cleaning it up, mind you. Because a lot of the times people just bandage shit up and they keep it moving, but it's getting funky under the bandage. It's rotting under the bandage because you are masking it with something without taking care of it before you actually let it heal. It's not going to heal. Your house is filthy. What do? You brush the dirt under the rug and you're going to see that big ass clump of dirt under the rug. Okay, it looks presentable, but then when you're walking up, you're falling all over the rug because you swept everything under the damn rug. You wouldn't do that in your house. So why do you do it in life? You sweep things under the rug and you don't think you're going to trip over it? You don't think you're going to fall and stumble and crack your face? That will happen. You don't clean your shit up, it's going to rotten, it's going to fester, it's going to get funky, and you're going to fall flat on your face. You're deteriorating before your eyes. If you're a willing participant and someone, adding to your demise, or if you are blindsided by love and they are adding to your demise and you don't know because you're such a hopeless romantic, either way, you're a willing participant in the fuckery. Learn when to walk away. Walk away when it hurts. Walk away when it's disrespectful. Walk away when there's no love there. Walk away when you feel that you have to force someone's hand to be the person that you need them to be. Walk away. Love should never be forced. It should come naturally. That's what it's supposed to do. And the whole saying love hurts, bullshit. I expressed this before. When you love your kids, it don't hurt. So let's keep it funky. Love does not hurt. It's the people who are hurtful that you love that hurt you. That's what it does. The word love in itself in a dictionary does not mean pain. Because it does not mean hurt. Let's be for real. When you look up those words in the dictionary, those are two different areas in the dictionary because they are two different words. Love and pain or love and hurt. Those are different words, honey. They do not go hand in hand. They should not. So when we are so jaded in the mind thinking that, love hurts, it does not. Why do we think that? Because we've been hurt and conditioned so much to the point that we think it's the damn norm. It will never be the norm to be hurt in a relationship and think that it's okay and think that it is love. And I have hatred towards the men in my life that I have allowed to infiltrate my space and tell me that, have the audacity, that's what it is. You have audacity to tell me that you love me. Even when we break up, you tell me that you love me. I'm the best. Da, 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 da. Okay, well, if I was all of these things that you said that you needed and wanted, if I was all of these things that you put down on a paper of the ideal woman of who you wanted to be with, I fit the criteria. I wouldn't say 100%, no one's perfect, but if I fit most of the criteria, why are you not loving me fully? Why are you not loving me wholeheartedly? Because you are incapable. And I respect a person who would actually, state their shortcomings from the get-go. Let me decide if I want to go along for the fuckery ride. Let me decide that. Let me want to willingly play the fool because you actually fessed up in the beginning and said, listen, my shit stink. Do you want to be around to smell it? And if I chose to do that, I cannot blame anyone but myself. But do not present yourself to people as a certain individual and you are the polar opposite of what you express yourself to be. That's when I think that hurts more. And you invested time in a situation and in a person. Well, you know damn well you could have took that same time and invested it into yourself. And a lot of the times we take a lot of time out of life and we're thinking about a person constantly. Out of the 24 hours in that day, we're thinking about a person constantly. We're wondering what they're doing. We're longing for them to hit us up. We're longing for them to treat us right. We're longing for them to take us out. We're longing for them to ultimately love us. And are they doing the same? Are you on their mind as much as they are on yours? Probably not. Why? Because they have others on their mind, honey. Others. A lot of people in relationships, mainly men, like to entertain the others. But what's on the other side of the others? More bullshit, new bullshit. So the bullshit that you're going through in the relationship that you are currently in, instead of working on that, you rather entertain the likes of others, new others who are tainted also. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? The grass is greener syndrome? How does that make sense? Mow the lawn that had turned brown or, discolored, whatever the situation was with that lawn. It dried out and everything. Mow that, tend to that, water that. You tend to that. I said tender. Tend to that, water that grass over there and watch it flourish. You're going over there to the new grass, the artificial grass. And what is that getting you? Now you need 2 lawnmowers? You have 1 lawnmower. Mow that lawn that you invested time in. No, you want to go get the fresh cut grass, the one that already came trimmed, or the artificial one that you never have to, put forth maintenance for. You want to deal with that. Why not try to build with someone that you build a bond with? Why not? Why continuously start over with new people? Why continuously give your body, soul, heart, spirit, or whatever it is that you give to a person, to a new person? Why not give that to one person, love on that one person, which will ultimately help you love on yourself if it's the right person? Love yourself first. Love yourself wholeheartedly. Come to the relationship fulfilled already, so the person could be an added bonus, a benefit. And the reason why they are a bonus is because you already have things. A bonus is something added too. So bring your stuff to the table already, so that person that you have that relationship with, they're a bonus. Because guess what? If they are only your all and not a bonus, when that all leaves, you're fucked. In every sense of the word. Literally and figuratively. You're just left fucked. And that's a very bad feeling, to just be left fucked, baffled, hurt, and everything else that comes along with a toxic relationship. We have to do better for ourselves. And even as I speak to you guys, I'm speaking to myself. And the funny part is, I am the host of Openly Expressive. Naisha, I'm your host. That's me, guys. But guess what? I go back home and I listen to my recordings. And it's crazy because as I'm listening to my own recordings to you all, I'm giving myself therapy. And it's like I'm listening to another host and I'm taking heed to what this host, which is me, in parentheses, which is me. I'm taking notes and mental notes, and I'm agreeing with myself. And for a minute, when I listen to myself, I actually feel like it's someone else, and I'm like, damn, that was good advice. And I try my best to take heed to it. I need to start taking heed to my advice. A lot of the times we are always willing to dish out advice to people, and it be some good ass advice, girl. It be some good ass advice, honey, okay? And we don't take it for ourselves. It seems like the best advice givers are the ones who don't take it for themselves. I feel that God gave me this gift of gab to be on a platform like this and have some listeners resonate with what I'm saying, because a lot of the topics that I touch bases on, we have all been affected by it, and that's just not women. I have not created this podcast in keeping in mind that, you know what, I am just going to create a podcast to bash men, to only cater to women. No, I want to cater to everyone, man, woman, and hopefully, if it's not an explicit episode, child, someone, whoever is in need of therapy. I'm your girl. You know, tap in, listen, because I've gone through a lot of shit in my life, honey. My stories you won't believe. I have to write a book. I know, movie producers and things like that, and I am an author now. I just haven't written, a biography, autobiography, whatever the hell you want to call it. I haven't written anything about me, but better believe it will be very detailed and juicy whenever I do. And it also will be very helpful for people. I have gone through things that most people on this earth have not. You couldn't even fathom. As a child, I saw someone's brains blown out in a park. As a child, I had to run through the park in the hood because there were bullets being spewed in the air. Okay? A few people that I dated had gotten killed. I was molested. I had terrible parents. I would spill the tea, but I had terrible parents. I had a father who was absent, and I had a mom who was present, but as far as carrying out the full healthy duties of a mom, I won't say she didn't carry out her duties, because I will big my mom up, and hats off to my mom in reference to making me a damn, I'm able to stand on my feet. I'm able to get out of whatever sticky situation that I am in, because there was times we didn't have food and my mother made a way, honey. Whether we had to go to a soup kitchen or be on welfare and food stamps or whatever the hell it was, we was able to eat, honey. That's one thing I give my mom. She is a hustler. She will get shit done for her family. Now, as far as the emotional side on raising a child and healthy loving them, I can't give that to her 100%. I cannot. I don't knock her because, however you were raised as a child is a result of how they were raised. So if your mom or dad is raising you in a fucked up situation, if your mom is not doing the best that she can do as a mom, because guess what? She wasn't giving her best from her dad. She wasn't giving the best from her dad or her mom. And I know my mom's situation, and I know my family history firsthand. It was a fucked up situation. So of course I cannot fully blame my mom for the outcome of how she became who she became, and as a mom and an individual. I can't completely blame her, because I'm fucked up in certain ways in life because how I was raised. So it's a cycle of bullshit, and I try my best. I am not perfect at it at all, but I'm trying my best to be a lot better than what my parents was to me. My dad was not there, and I have 7 siblings. No, I have 8 siblings total, but my dad has 7 children. And I say he knows the rest of them way more than he knows me. I saw my dad twice. So, of course, there's the whole daddy issue thing. And, of course, there's the whole she has to build up a hard exterior, because if she loves or clings to someone, they will fuck her over and hurt her. Of course she has to do that. Of course she has to build up the hard exterior because she was bullied in school and then had to develop and turn into a savage. I dare not be bullied ever again. Physically, but guess what? I've been bullied emotionally many times. Still currently. Past relationship, present, future, or whatever. I won't even speak that into the future, because I can't go through another fucked up relationship. I cannot. Sorry, guys. That was my car thing. But I can't go through another fucked up relationship. I've been damaged. And in this podcast, I am learning to discover the new me. Well, I am discovering the new me, knowing that I can deliver a message across the world, since I'm on every platform, baby. Okay? I'm on every major platform to deliver my messages, to deliver my voice to you guys, my stories, my therapeutic remedies, and all these other things. I'm worldwide, baby. I'm on, networks where celebrities, I have made it, guys, within less than 6 months. I am so proud of myself. So the more that I involve myself in situations, the more I get my accolades and things like that, my stripes and my stars, I'm feeling better about myself. Because a lot of the times when we don't have things going for ourselves, that's when we stay in fucked up situations too. Because the other person is bringing something to the table that you are not able to bring to the table at the moment. I'm not going to say that you are not you're not able to bring to the table, period, because we are all, capable of progression. So I will never say we can't do it. But, many times we don't bring certain attributes to the table, and some people do. They bring that to the table, and then you figure you're going to feast together happily. But we all have to bring something to the table. So from now on, I'm not trying to just bring something to the table. I'm trying to be the table. Because guess what? Just bring your condiments, honey. And guess what? Condiments are not a necessity. Condiments are not a necessity. So just bring what you came with, and guess what? If you decide to leave with the bullshit that you came with, guess what? I'm fine. I won't be hurt by the situation because you won't take anything from me, because I already have it. So my friends, my loyal, lovely listeners, my babies, I thank you for joining me. And I hope that my messages that I distribute to you guys either bring you enjoyment, fulfillment, or some type of therapy, or, give you an idea and a push to steer in the right direction. So I love you for listening. Thank you for joining me. Please continue to come back. Refer me to friends, family, loved ones, whoever needs anything to be, to hit home, and you might not be able to deliver that message to them. Share the podcast, share an episode. So please continue to come back. Have a great, blissful, wonderful, blessed day. Continue to be successful in all aspects of life. I love you for listening. Until I chat again. Bye, babies. You have just listened to the first episode of Season 2 of Openly Expressive.